Hello, Dr. Flynn. This is Justin Liller with the Bootstrap Hello World presentation. Um, you wanted us to share the environments that we made it in, and I found this Bootstrap Bay website that was really nice for tutorials and some just advice through their blog. I tried the Bootply as like an online IDE sort of setup, and it did not work well for me at all. All these others were really pricey and without a free version, and this Pingendo did not work for me at all. It would try to auto create things that I didn't want, so I ended up having to go with Notepad++, and I have some experience with it and doing some HTML, so it wasn't too bad, which it's not really a long-term solution. So if you have suggestions on what to use for Bootstrap creation in Windows, I would love to hear them, because unfortunately I don't have access to a Mac, and that's what it seemed like most of the good software was on. Yeah, that's as far as environments goes. I was using Mac, saving it and running the HTML file that I created in the browser. Um, so yeah, this is just the basic HTML structure. It's a really small project that just shows a nav bar. Um, this line right here is pretty crucial. In the tutorial I was using, it made special mention of this. This is the scalability that you want with a mobile device that you can use on like a tablet or a desktop. But yeah, getting right into it, here's the body. Um, here's the nav bar and all the div classes that are nested in there. This right here is the toggle bar on the far right that can collapse in and out if you're in a smaller scaled device. Here's the collapsible bar that I'll show here in a little bit. Inside that collapsible menu, there's titles and whatnot, and I'll show that here in a second. So yeah, that's saved. Here is the Bootstrap latest version I have downloaded that just has the CSS and the fonts and JavaScript. And I saved the index.html in here, and that opened here on my other monitor. So if I bring it over here, you can see this is in my Bootstrap, the index.html that I created. Here's the hello world that right here. Forgot to show that, but yeah, that's the hello world that's inside the one div that will center it and keep it aligned. And here's the buttons I created. The big one here is this drop-down menu. I showed that I had the titles and the different options right there, and the a lot of the power of Bootstrap is that it was meant for mobile devices and scalability. So if I make this window smaller and I drag it and I drag it, eventually it'll pop into that drop-down collapsible menu like I was talking about. So if this was on a phone, this is what you would see. You still have your Hello World centered nicely up there in the left, and then you have this menu that would boom pop down, and you still have access to the drop-down menu that's indicated by the caret right there, just like you would in a larger window. So that's my project that I did as a Hello World, just to get an understanding of how Bootstrap works, and it's honestly really nice, and I'm definitely going to use it for the next project, or for the big official Android project. Um, you wanted us to discuss the issues that we had. My biggest issue I already explained was finding an environment that worked correctly. I could not, for the life of me, get one nicely, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't my machine. Um, like I said, if you have suggestions, like to make an announcement on Blackboard, that would be great. Um, an example of when a developer would use the technology, it's the developer uses this for mobility and scalability. Um, for example, I had another window right here. This is like a tutorial. This is the tutorial website I used. It's not really meant to be on mobile. So like if I'd scale this website down, you have this sidebar right here. Once you get to a certain point, you just completely lose it, and that makes sense. This isn't a mobile website, but the reason you would use Bootstrap, if this was a website you would need to be on viewable on everything, you would want this right here. That scalability. And yep, that's my project. Thank you.